How we doing? Welcome back. I thought we'd bring these night streams back, huh? Little late night fix with Short the Vix. We're back. How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a good evening tonight. We're gonna have some fun tonight. All right. So we first have a poll that we have to go through now. Wow, I just saw the stream cut mid through and I was just going for it. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of a poll here. What do you guys think for the rate hike tomorrow? We got a lot of stuff we got to go over today. We'll pull up SPY over here. We're going to break everything down. We're going to go through some charts, see some things that we need to see. Make sure that you guys are all prepared for tomorrow too. Answer any questions. Go over any charts that you guys want to look at too. We're going to have the most prepared group out of anybody on the internet. So get ready, guys. Again, this is a public stream, so if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on the way in, but let's get right into it here. So SPY today, leading into Powell tomorrow. So again, for those of you guys that don't know, Powell's going to be ripping it up tomorrow, 2 p.m. That's when we're going to get the rate decision. And then we're going to get the press conference at 2:30. This is probably one of the biggest events that we're going to have in the market for the rest of the year. This rate hike in this Fed meeting is critically important to where we're going to go in the future for a couple of reasons that we are going to go over. But let's see who we got in here real quick and check in quick on this poll. So let's see. What's up, young man? Hope all is going well. It's going great, man. It is going great. Yeah, we're going to talk about Putin as well. The Putin situation is very interesting. Let's see. Oh, 50-50, 75 or 100. That's very interesting because when you actually look at the Fed funds futures here in the probability that we have, that's not what this is saying. So when we take a look at it and just refresh this, I want to show you guys something very interesting on this as well. So we have an 82% probability of a 75 basis point rate hike. We have an 18% probability of a 100 basis point rate hike. Now there's something in this sequence here that I want you guys to see. We go to November. What's the projected target rate? What are the expected probabilities? Well, right now we're sitting at 225. This is how many basis points. So 2.25% to 2.5% here. For November, there's basically a 31% chance of 350 to 375, which is a little bit higher than where the 100 would put us here. Then we come back to November over here, 350 to 375, 375 to 400, and then 400 to 425. So you can see as we go through this sequence into November, the highest probability is 425 to 450. February jumps up a little bit more here. It's relatively similar. They might be pricing in kind of holding rates going into February, but I want to show you guys what happens as we go through. Now, 450 to 475 for March. For May, 450 to 475. For June, it's tilting a little bit. Rate cut. Right there, June. Target rate comes down. 425 to 450. July, what do we get? 425 to 450. September, 425 to 450. November, pricing in more of a decrease here. December, 400 to 425. So what this is showing you right here is the market pricing in the soft landing. This is what they expect to happen. The market is actually projecting the Fed to overshoot rates. That's a problem. That's not good. When you look at these probabilities here and the target rates, the market is projecting the Fed to raise rates to hit the terminal rate, hold it there for a bit, and bring them back. That means they've overshot it. That's not the softest landing possible. And here's something else we can take a look at here too, which is very interesting. This right here, what we're looking at is the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta. These are the estimates that come out for GDP here. So when we're looking at this, September 1st, what was the estimate for GDP growth in Q3? 2.6%. Week later, 1.4. Week later, 1.3. Week later, big drop, 0.5%. Week later, 0.3. Now, this preliminary number, I believe, is going to come out at the end of October. So thinking about GDP again, if we get a third negative GDP print, okay, well, that's going to be awful going into midterms. That's going to be terrible going into midterms. 3 consecutive quarters of declining GDP. That's awful. Now, here's the issue that we get here. I've not seen you live in a while. Guys, I'm live every day. I'm live like twice a day, every day. Yeah, so I'm live every single morning, guys. Market open. So I'm live at 8:45 all the way up into about 10:30 every single day. And then Gabe and I hop on at towards the later half of the day too. And then we do those private live streams Monday night. Yeah, if you guys are interested, hopping in there with us, best place to come and learn how to trade. It's linked in the top over there. We'll talk about that a little bit later though. Once we start getting into the trades over here, but we have a lot of cool stuff coming for you guys. But look at this right here. The problem that the Fed has right now, we've talked about this a few times, is when you look at the projections, the projections like to say that the risk isn't that they raise rates too much, it's that they cut rates or they stop raising too early. Now, yes, that is true because then they'll just let inflation run rampant, but the Fed's probably not going to do that, especially after Jackson Hole. So forward looking, you would have to think logically that the Fed is most likely going to step up to the plate here and do everything that they need to do in order to try and get inflation under control. So what does that mean? Well, it means that they're going to continue to raise rates, increasing unemployment, decreasing growth, trying to get inflation under control while we're basically going to head into this energy crisis. So if they raise rates too much, you then see the economy start to tumble even more. We were talking about this. We talked about this in the morning stream today. They're going to use their tools. Their tools suck. They have like 2 tools and they're not effective. Well, it's not that they're not effective. It's that you also have to think about timing of the tools being effective. They're just so asleep at the wheel right now that it's going to be so difficult for them to really get things back on track without pushing it too far, because things are going to lag. You're not going to see rate hike, inflation down, rate hike, inflation down. That's not how it works. Things take time in order to play out. Now, the Fed being asleep at the wheel may not necessarily have the best grasp on, okay, this is actually what we're looking for here in what the data is actually going to show us and how long this is going to come back. So what could happen is, we were talking about this, that you could go into a deflationary environment where growth gets tanked, the economy comes down even more, and they have to do these emergency rate cuts later in 2023 or 2024. It could be a wild situation. Here's the other thing, though. We have this Russia situation. The whole Russia and Ukraine situation, Putin kept Russia and the world waiting hours for a speech that never happened. This was weird today. Now, everybody's expecting that Putin's going to mobilize. I don't think he's going to he's just going to randomly back down. Like, then everything would have been for nothing. Russia doesn't get what it wants, and it just kind of looks stupid on the, basically global stage, that they just kind of pump fake this entire thing. I don't think Putin's going to do that. Remember, he could be in a weird situation right now with his health where he could just go scorched earth on stuff and just be like, fuck it. We're going to do what we're going to do. He's also said many times that he's not going to open the pipelines to Europe until they release the sanctions. They remove the sanctions on them, which they have not done yet. So what we're most likely going to get is this speech tomorrow. I'm not sure of the timing on it. As you scroll down right here, up by around 8. I'm guessing that's Eastern time. This meeting kind of snuck up on us today. In addition, Russian parliament said on Tuesday passed a law that introduced concepts of mobilization and martial law into Russia's criminal code, further stoking speculation that Mr. Putin could officially declare war in a nationwide draft. Now, the thing here is that we like to call this Russia and Ukraine situation a war or a conflict. They like to label it as they haven't necessarily come out and labeled it as a war yet. So if that ends up happening, that's not good. And then you can look at stocks like this. First one, wheat. Right here, wheat up 6% today. Wheat could go on another one of those massive runs right here. Now, looking at this on the daily time frame, look what you've seen. You saw wheat in the beginning of the year skyrocket at the beginning of this Russia and Ukraine conflict. And again, guys, this is a public stream too. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on the stream as well, helps out a little bit over here. We're going to be doing these Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every single night for the foreseeable future, unless like something random comes up. On Mondays, we do the private streams with our group. Gabe and I go over everything, but that's what we're going to be doing right now. Yeah, you guys are expecting 75 basis points too. All right, let's see. Putin did give a speech today. Yeah, but it was cut. It like wasn't, it was like a weird, it didn't actually, like I didn't see anything on it. There was no news circulating around. Nobody could find it. It got delayed, it stopped, and nothing. So here is what could end up moving if we end up seeing like a larger escalation in this Russian-Ukraine conflict. Wheat, oil, natural gas, uranium, what else? Lockheed. So we right now, looking at this on the daily, this looks like it wants to get a little jumpy. So you have this closing candle above the 200 EMA here. You have this cross hunting up right here. Look at the last two times that you've seen 1348 crosses on wheat right here. Boom, cross right here. What does this do? Let's pull this up on the trading view charts that you guys all have. Wheat daily. What are we looking at? What are we looking at right here? What did wheat do? What percent move is this? Oh, nice. 68% move. Boom. He gave a long speech like 2 hours ago. I must have missed that then because I don't see anything on that on any of my news feeds. Hold on. Putin delays surprise speech 1 hour ago. How to leave Russia, top Google trend as Putin delays national address 33 minutes ago. I don't see anything on this. Russians Google how to leave the country while waiting for Putin's speech. That's 4 hours ago. Who is... hold on. Let's see. Let's see over here. Ticker for wheat, WEAT. Let's see. I see no speech. I don't see anything either. So wheat's one of them, as you guys can see right here. Let's see. And then we've got whatchamacallit? Lockheed, LMT. So we have Lockheed right here on the daily. This thing on the 5 minute today was a monster. Look at this thing. Cross. Bing! Right up. What's up, SV? Noel. How you doing, buddy? Thank you. Shout out to all the members of the channel. You guys are awesome over here. Let me close this poll right here. No, he didn't troll the world. That something is coming. It's just, we'll see. Yeah. So 55% of you guys think 75, 44% think 100. We will see. Yeah, unless he was showing something else. I probably was. Probably was over there. So this is what we're looking at. So there are a couple of groups of stocks that can go on pretty significant runs, regardless of what the market wants to do here, based on this Russian-Ukraine conflict. You thought I misspelled wheat earlier in the market chat? No. I was talking about wheat. Yeah, the other thing is I want to talk about what we were looking at today in the market chat. Right as this Russia news started to come out a little bit, I was looking at, this always confuses me, looking at a couple of things. So levels are going to be, what do I think? Honestly, I think 75. I think 75 makes a lot of sense. But I also think in order to get basically like credibility back, they could do 100. It really is going to come down to, at the end of the day, 75 or 100 on what Powell says. That's the most important part of this entire thing tomorrow. And again, so first things first, before we start going through some of this stuff, making sure that you guys are all set up, ready to go for tomorrow, and give you guys some tips and tricks that you guys can use in your trading all the time. Tomorrow morning is probably going to be pretty choppy. So I'll be live for it with all you guys in our group over here. So I'll be live at 8:45 going to 10:30 as usual. We'll be live going through all the stuff. If anything crazy comes out, especially with the Putin news, I'll cover that with you guys tomorrow morning. But very similar to this morning, I'll be pretty hands-off. I'll probably be pretty hands-off because in my mind, it doesn't make all that much sense to try and like hit something crazy if like the Powell hasn't even spoke yet. The market's going to be waiting around to see what Powell is going to say. You could see some last minute positioning at the bell going into 10:30 and then probably flatline chop around until Powell. I still stream in the morning every day, Rand. Every day, dude. We do like what, 55 private live streams a month? Let me see. Isn't there a standard pump after he talks? No, there's a standard move after he talks. You get one, or not he talks, but as soon as 2 p.m. hits and you get the rate hike news, usually there's a significant move. There's been one time that I've seen it makes the move before. There will be one time that it makes the move before. Or I've seen it. Sorry. I've seen it happen one time where it makes the move before and then nothing happens on the actual notice. But that's it. There's usually a pretty volatile move as it comes out. You'll be live here. Guys, so what we do is, so I'm live streaming every single day in our group. So the link to the group, if you do want to come join, it's up in the top. You get all of the curriculum videos, all the live streams, all the proprietary algorithms that we have, the alerts, everything like that comes with it. We're always in there. Sometimes at this time of the night, it gets a little fun. People like to go wild. But yeah, that's where I've been. If you guys didn't know, that's where I am every single day, still streaming. But let's see. So looking at what happened with SPY today, I want to go through some things with you guys here that I think are very helpful. And again, when you think about like our trading strategy, 1348 is the core of what we're using, and combining all of the other things that we teach take you guys to the next level, because as you guys all know, you can't just take willy-nilly crosses all the time. You'll get fucked over. So here are a couple of things that I kind of want to go over. There's a few psychological things that we could talk about. If you guys do have any questions, let me know. But knowing your key levels in preparing for the market every single day is really important. So here's what we have drawn out. So we have a level up here, a key resistance level from the previous day. We didn't end up coming up to test that level, but it's helpful to have just in case the market wants to go on an irrational pump. We have this level from yesterday as well, this flash candle to the downside. I just threw this there because there was a lot of buying activity at this level when you saw a shark fin back down, and then it got bought right back up. So there was a lot of buying interest at this level here. So as we were screwing around at this level here today, I was very interested in, what could potentially happen there, because we saw prior activity right back here. This level, where the fuck was this one from? Oh, this was low of the day. So I marked this one out just as previous low of the day as a little bit of a marker going through later. So these three, this one, and this one, you can kind of basically take this one off, are for now, are going to be the key levels that I had going into today, what I was looking at. So you see it start to slip down here. Again, it's a little early in the day here for me. I saw the market chopping around. I didn't really like anything. And I love to play a lot of these reversals. The reversals recently have been crazy. For those of you guys in the group that saw me call out the lucid play for 750%, that was filthy. I was throwing that on Twitter too. That was a nasty reversal last Friday. Did it with Apple today too. It's just hunting for weakness after wild moves up or down. So what I was looking at for here today, this was the level that I was very interested in the SPY breaking. You saw it run up to the 200, tapped it, rejected right back down. Now, you do have this little cross right here, so you could have played this to the downside. Remember, below the 200 EMA, we're going to be biased to puts. But this is a little cross up, cross down scenario right here, which is not something that I really want to mess around with. Because this isn't really a confirmed move up. So you see it reject off the 200, come back down, and fizzle right here. Now, we have the low of the day marked out by this point in the day, so we can throw this back on here, kind of going through the thought process of the things that I'll be doing every single day. So I'll mark the low of the day and say, okay, well, this is another level which we could actually see a nice bounce off of. So I end up looking at this on the 1 and the 3 minute time frame. And I'm hunting for more weakness. So you see this right here. This is right around where I'm entering on some contracts with a little bit more time. Or I think they expired tomorrow. Yeah, they expired tomorrow. And I'm essentially risking VWAP here. Now you see price come up, volume weighted average price, rejects right back down, finally falls through this level. Cool. Now I'm nicely green on this position. What am I hunting for? Day low. So as price starts to come down here, starts to come back up, scale out of a little bit of my position here. And then what happens? I think Kyle and I were going back and forth with this, or not back and forth, in market chat today, where we just see price tank. And I have this double bottom level, which is from right back here. Let me throw this back on the 5 minutes so you guys can see this. This is the big double bottom level where we saw this nonsense market move. We saw it fly down, bought right back up, shot down, bought right back up again. So, you know, there's a decent amount of buying interest right here. So when I see price action start to fly to this level right here, I'm out. I am out. What happens right after price touches that little double bottom level? Bing, boom. Hovers around for a little bit, comes right back up to this level here. And again, like Gabe likes to talk about all the time, you can play it in legs. There were 2 trades here if you really wanted to. If you look at this on the 3 and the 5 minute, there's another trade back to the downside here, more so on the 3 minute rim. So it tests my level, comes back up. You could have played this to the downside here too. But after this move, I was done. Done. No, thank you. Let's see here. Again, guys, this is a public stream. So if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on the stream too, we're bringing back Late Night Fix, baby. We are bringing it back. 8 p.m. every day. All right. So some of the other things that I want you guys to keep an eye out for too are bond yields. Bond yields are going to be very, very, very important. Having these yields really high is not the best thing to be seeing. You're also seeing the dollar starting to pump here as well. I mean, it's been pumping. Tesla, Tesla could be an interesting one. We can take a little bit of a look at Tesla here. And then actually, I mean, fucking look at this. Bounces right off my levels here. But yeah, I mean, having this market preparation. So I have a level on Tesla right here, right around, what is this? 305.73. Let's see where this is from. That's nonsense. Let's see. And it's from this right here. This peak. You made some paper off Tesla, just respecting the 13 today? Fuck yeah, man. 75 basis points we believe is the way to go. Who is we? Who is we? But yeah, I think 75 is the most likely outcome, especially with what the overall market is pricing in. But that doesn't mean that the market can't still sell off on things that Powell says. So be careful about that. Let's see here. Yeah, if you guys have any tickers that we want to look out for too, we can go over any questions that you guys have for tomorrow as well. Let's see what we got here. 75 scenarios that can move either way. I think if they do 75, he's still going to come out very hawkish. I think if he comes out with 100, he's going to try and assuage the market a little bit and be like, things aren't as bad as we thought. And he's going to do a bunch of nonsense. AMD and Facebook. Yeah, we can take a look at those over here. Oh my God, AMD. Jesus. All right, let's throw this on the daily really quickly. Actually, I want to use the R charts. R charts are just better. R charts are just so much better. Let's see here. So AMD, that's a 5 minute. Let's throw this on the daily. Yeah, that daily cross down is filthy right here. I mean, you do have this support level at the previous low right around 71.50. Depending on what happens tomorrow with Powell, you could see that slipped. You're hoping for 1.5. No shot, dude. No chance. EVBG. I'll take a look at that one. So am I streaming the Fed tomorrow? Yeah, we will be. So we'll be streaming from the Trade 1348 channel. It's linked in the description over here. So if you guys aren't subscribed to that one, make sure you guys go subscribe over there. I'll be taking a lot of notes during that meeting, and I'll have a video out for you guys as well after. And then we'll have Late Night Fix again. So we'll be able to go through everything that Powell said and make sure that we have a good understanding of where things are headed. You rock, brother. Keep up the great work. Appreciate that, guys. Let's see. So yeah, and then tomorrow morning I'll be live too with all you guys, as usual, with all you guys in the group. Shining Wiz, what's up, buddy? How you doing? All right. So AMD over here, again, a lot of things are going to be looking pretty similar. If you look at this on the 4-hour, it's going to look like death. Like, this is not looking good. I mean, the MACD is losing whatever it had left of its little bit of bullish momentum here. RSI is about to cross down below its moving average, and ADX is building this downward momentum as well. Not looking good for AMD. Let's take a look at Facebook over here too. Meta. I don't like calling it Meta. Mr. Lizard Boy, Zuckerberg, screwing around as usual. Oh my Lord, this thing is on a fucking doom mission. Okay, so Facebook looks like it's not going anywhere but down. Eventually, this thing might come back to life over here, but Facebook has not been having any fun. Zero fun. Can you live stream the meeting? Don, we're going to live stream the meeting. We're going to stream the meeting. Don't worry. We got you guys. But let's see here. So, Facebook, new lows, man. This is just, it's coming down to the pandemic level, 136, $10 lower. This is, oh wait, is it? Yeah, this is the pandemic level right here. The bottom, 137. Oh man, this is just filth. Crushed meta puts today. Nice, man. Let's see. What was the other one you guys? Oh, what was it? Short crosser EVBG, I think was the one you were taking a look at. Everbridge. Let's see. Algo. If you're still in here, what was the stock that Pythagoras alert, or was it Pythagoras? There was a stock that Pythagoras alerted that just like got, it was down 70% one day and then 70% the next day. Been crushing it on Facebook lately. Tor. Oh boy, man. There you go. Yeah, I mean, you guys have been killing it. All you guys that have been with us for a while, especially all you 1348 people, are just like, you guys are just killing it. It's the results speak for themselves. What's his name? I forget his name. He had a 52 trade win streak. Like, what the how? That's nutty. Apple. Okay, we can actually go over the Apple trade that I took today. Very similar to the Lucid as well. I got a little jumpy on it. I was a little bit jumpy on the Apple, which is fine. It happens. It's more about reading the rims a little bit better than I was. It was mainly that I was kind of screwing around with this 3-minute when I shouldn't have been. So I was trying to mess around with some Apple puts up here. If you look at this on the 3-minute time frame, I mean, it looks like you could just rim and come back up. You kept seeing it rim all day. So this was a little bit risky here. But if you look at this on the 1 minute, when it starts to fizzle like this, I mean, this thing doesn't look like it's coming back up. I mean, this candle pissed me off. This candle also pissed me off. But again, you really don't see any signs of this coming back to life. RSI crosses down below its moving average here, never comes back up until like it kind of flashes it right here. ADX on the 1 minute's telling you it's done. This is coming down. MACD is also showing you that as well. And then once this thing broke on the 3-minute, where is this? It was game on. So I basically just played this little move on Apple here. I could have played it all the way down here, but I'll take my 15%, lock and load, and I'm done. Why? Like, here's the thing. This was something that I was talking about in the one-on-one sessions that we were doing. Yeah. Oh, we also brought the one-on-one sessions back for you guys that didn't know. All of our people, the one-on-one sessions are back too. So when we were thinking about trying to chase big gains, I was thinking you could have made 12,000 on Viri. That was the one. The prototype can scan the full market. Yeah, dude. I swear to God, Algo is literally modern day Jim Simons. These algorithms are just ridiculous. What color's your algorithm? All right, sorry. All right, so, but here's kind of the psychological thing that you got to think about here. When I was thinking about the Lucid trade and talking to some of our people, and again, a lot of you guys are trying to make money in the market too, which is great. That's what the market's made for, making money. But thinking about like shooting for certain percentage gains or a certain dollar amount in a day, some people come in and say, well, I'm trying to pay my bill, try to do this. You got to think very, very carefully about your emotional state, your financial state, and how that's going to affect you in the trades that you're taking. Are you going to use Bookmap in my court? No. No, I was looking at it. It's an interesting tool, but it's not a course. It's like a it's not a course. It's a Invictus 2.0 tomorrow. Yeah, should be 1348 isn't just a strategy. It's a hell of a community that helps you improve portfolio about 44% in 3 weeks. Black Betty, that is amazing. I mean, you guys are killing it, man. I love to see it. You do 2% a day. Exactly. So kind of getting back on track over here, that I was thinking about the percentage gains that I've been able to make in terms of like one-off plays. The Lucid was an outlier, very big outlier on the Lucid. So I was thinking like, okay, well, if over these last 6 months, I was only shooting for 750% gains or something crazy like that, how many would I have actually hit and would I have been profitable? The answer is fuck no. You wouldn't be. So you have to think about the long game. You can't treat the market like a casino because you're just going to get casino-like results. You put money in the slot machine, it's fucking gone. So learning how to stack up those base hits and not be so focused on trying to get a screenshot for Twitter and all this. I've shown you guys the compounding interest calculator before. 10% portfolio allocation, something that we teach. 10, 15% stop loss, risking 1 to 1.5% your portfolio trade. You make 10% gain, you're up 1% for the day. You're done. Keenan, woo! My man, what is up, man? Damn, Keenan, I haven't talked to you in forever, man. Hopefully you're doing good, dude. So, Keenan, dude, you know what's funny about this? This is the first time that I brought these late night lives back in a while. Keenan, we got to link up, buddy. We got to link up, dude. That'd be awesome. Let's do. Ooh, Keenan. It's good to see you back in here. Dude, anytime Keenan comes in here, my energy just goes through the roof. It's infectious, man. It's infectious, Keenan. Damn, man. Good to see you back in here. Invictus Spy Death Put. Yeah. We only got one goal here. We want to see those sweet ankles. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It is the first day back. We could, man. We could. His bow ties are on point. Dude, I feel like Keenan would love the suits I've been wearing. Just thought it was nighttime. I was like, might as well just wear my hoodie. All right, man. Let's see. Market squeeze in the midterms. It depends on what happens tomorrow. Depends on what happens tomorrow and what the overall derivatives positioning is going to be like after. Pythagoras update going out too. Oh my, don't even algo. You can't make, dude, somebody's going to come for you, bro. These algorithms are too dirty. They are too nasty, man. But yeah, thinking about the psychological aspect of entering trades, the way that we were putting it today in a lot of the private streams is I want you guys to think about, if you're taking a trade, I want you to think about, would you take this trade? Two things. If your account size was 10 or 100 times larger, would you then take that trade and trade the same way? Most of the time, it's going to be no. You wouldn't take on that much risk because the money's going to mean a lot more to you. So you have to kind of reel that back and think, okay, if I'm going to trade a certain way right now, and my portfolio is going to move X amount percentage a day, am I going to be able to withstand those types of moves mentally and emotionally when my account size ends up growing? Because that's what we want you guys all to get to, a larger account size. So you have to build that foundation now to be able to manage that type of money. That's the first thing. The second thing that kind of comes into that and helps you accomplish that is, well, if you then had to go and explain exactly why you were taking a trade logically, and it had to make sense to, let's say it's Gabe, or let's say it's me, or let's say it's somebody else. You want to be able to explain that trade and have a very, very solid logical reasoning as to why you're taking it. Apple today, great example, running up like this. Could you have played the rim on the way up? Yes. But it's a chase. When I take most of my trades now, I think to myself, okay, if I had to explain this to 10,000 people, how would I do it? Would this make sense? Missed you, bro. Missed you guys too. Guys, I'm live. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't go anywhere. Let's see. So those are some things that you guys need to understand. And those of you guys who have adopted that type of thinking, it's definitely reflecting in your trading accounts. Let's see. Seasonal stats say dump second half of September into October, then rally in December. Seasonal. I mean, yeah, but again, you got to think about where we're at right now. In terms of what kind of macroeconomic environment that we're in. I like to call this an absolute all-out shit show. Like, this is nonsense. Let's see. You're going to start taking the Pythagoras plays, Don? Yeah, okay. So a lot of people, we were asking about Pythagoras today and a lot of swing trades during the pre-market live. Me personally, until Jerome Powell opens his mouth and you see the market pick a direction, I'm not swinging anything. It just doesn't make any sense. The market's going to move all over the place. Even if you get enough time, you have the risk of getting stopped out very quickly and then the market making the move in your direction. It's not worth the risk, in my opinion. The risk reward doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I'll just wait till the market wants to pick a direction, then funnel in. And I'll probably go for November contracts at this point. How many points do you think it's going to be tomorrow? I think 75. We have so many bots in the way. Dude, it's going to be crazy. I think 75. But you never know if Powell and the Fed really think that they need to get their credibility back and show everybody who's boss, they might throw out 100. And then they can sandbag it in November and just bring it back down to 50. Like, they could do all sorts of nonsense. You're allowed to willy-nilly? No. Well, I mean, Squirrel's like one of the only people that's allowed. Nobody's allowed. It's all risk management. It's like trading before 10. I know all of you guys are going to do it. It's just like there's a right way and a wrong way to take risk. Thank Andy. He's the man with the plan. Does great work and amazing to work with. Yeah, man. Our team is just unbelievable over here. Shout out to Algo, Gabe, Ivan, Andy. You guys are killer. Diana. We have an awesome team of people working to make this just the most amazing thing for you guys. And we're going to keep making it better. Pepe, thanks for the super, buddy, for the car giveaway. Thanks. Even though this is my mandatory super. Guys, you don't have to send in supers if you don't want to. More time taking small gains has changed the game for me. Taking profits, following 1348. Attaboy, Michael. Lockheed. Yeah, Elgene. I was looking at Lockheed today. Lockheed was an interesting one, right? As you started to see that Russia nonsense start to come about with Putin. It was getting interesting, man. You just saw this thing, right? As you started to see, it came up, tapped this resistance right here, death candle. So you have this big resistance right here on Lockheed. Again, on TradingView, if you guys didn't know, you can actually extend these. So you can just go here. You could just go horizontal line. I know you can hit Alt H. I'm too stupid to do that. So you can just have the line right here for you. And then, yeah, nice little move up here. Cross here. Bing, 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 bing. Again, Lockheed's a wild boy. I probably wouldn't go willy-nilly trading Lockheed unless there's big news that comes out. You have a question? How long before the rate kicks in? Rocket Mortgage says you can lock into a rate 90 days for a house. Okay, so you're saying, okay, Carla, this is an interesting question. How long does the Fed raising rates affect mortgage rates? Well, this is an interesting question because even though when the Fed raises rates, when the Fed raises rates, you are typically going to see a raise in mortgage rates. They can be delayed. They can offset. There's a couple of different variables that are going to go into these mortgage rates. Now, if you want to lock in, Carla, I remember you were trying to buy a house. If you want to lock that in, if it's 90 days, it's 90 days. I don't know. But you should be able to lock in your rate for however long it is. But they are most likely going to go higher. They're going to continue to go higher, and we're going to see home prices continue to come down. Me personally, if I was in the market for a house, I wouldn't right now. I'd figure out some other place to live, even though rents are super high. 4 hour and daily for Lockheed looks good. Lockheed, Elgene, Lockheed's like oil. Lockheed is like oil. It's going to move all over the place. If you're going to do it, I would personally, if I'm trading Lockheed, unless I'm trying to flip it really quick, I'm getting way more time than I think I need. That's the other thing we got to talk about before we end up wrapping up in a little bit. And again, guys, if you wouldn't mind, Hitting that like button on the stream helps out a whole lot over here. Romago, what's up, man? How you doing? But yeah, Carla, I don't know the specifics of that thing. Remember, I mean, I just graduated college. I've been in my apartment. I haven't gone through the home buying process yet. So that's not my area of expertise. My area of what I would say I'm pretty good at is reading macroeconomic conditions and relaying them to you in a simple way. Can you use Pythagoras and Invictus for OTC stocks? No, we're not gonna be. I highly doubt we're ever gonna put those on OTC stocks. A lot of inherent risk there. We like to trade like blue chips. We try to keep things above $10 too. Off the grid, live until rates come back down. Sustainable by 1348. I mean, you guys are nuts. I know Justin bought a house with it. It's crazy. And if you guys do want to hop in there, we are going to be live tomorrow morning. The link is in the top of the live chat over there. We have so many crazy things coming for you guys. But I'll throw that in there for you guys again once we end up wrapping up over here. But again, the concept of getting more time. So more time on your options. People still don't grasp this concept that you do not need to be trading dailies to make your 10, 15, 20%. You'll see people trade dailies and hit crazy gains. That comes with a giant risk. Anytime you are thinking about a giant potential gain, there is always a giant risk. There's no scenario where you can have no risk, giant potential gain. Doesn't exist, especially with options. So what getting more time allows you to do is if, let's say, let's look at SPY. This actually, let's throw this on here. Let's look at SPY over here too. So on the 5-minute over here, if you were looking at SPY, I mean, this isn't a really good example today. Okay, let's say that you had puts it open and you thought the SPY was going to come down. Well, okay, you're getting puts it open here. It starts to come down, then it reverses on you. If you buy much more time than you think you need, you're probably not getting stopped out on this move. If you buy like 2-3 week out SPY contracts, this move from what, 382 to 3, it still might. So this is not a good example here. I'm trying to look for a chop. This is a good one. This is a good one right here. So let's say that you were going to be trading dailies on SPY right here versus contracts with, let's say, 2 weeks of time on SPY. So looking at this right here, if you're trading dailies right here on this break of the 13, that's a stop out. You're stopped out right here. Bing, done. Down 15, 20% instantly. But then the trade ends up going in your favor all the way down here. So you miss this entire move. This isn't something that I would take, like a trade that I would take here. I'm just looking for chop to illustrate the time of the concept of more time. Theta is a cock block. It is. Time decay is going to rapidly accelerate as you get closer to expiration. So the other thing that we like to harp on a lot is the emotional and psychological aspects of trading. So if you're able to give yourself more time, what does that do? It slows the movement of the contracts down. You don't have these giant fluctuating moves that are going to go all over the place and screw around with you. In Clip Lionel, the reason why it wouldn't work is because they're not in the alerting system. That's why it wouldn't work. There's too much risk in that nonsense. We don't like those. Let's see. All right. Yeah. So do you guys have any other questions? Trading questions, 1348 questions, macroeconomic questions? We got time for a few before we wrap it up. We're going to be doing these every single night now. Make sure you guys have everything you need to know going into the next day. Again, quick wrap up. It's going to be potentially a little bit volatile in the morning. It's going to quiet down. And then it's going to be all hell is going to most likely break loose when Powell speaks. 2 p.m. is going to be when the rate hike news is actually going to come out. And 2:30 is when we're going to get Powell. So let's see. Going once. Going twice. Invictus 2.0. It's basically just an update to the system. Gabe will go through the nitty gritty with it, or I'll go hop on and go over it with you guys. It's just an update to the system to make it more fine tuned. Thanks for doing this, Daniel. Anytime, man. All right, guys. So we are going to be back live tomorrow morning, as we always are, going through Invictus Pythagoras, the most powerful trading algorithms that exist for retail on the market right now. We're going to go over everything that you guys need to know. Again, key levels, seeing what happens with Russia. You guys want to hop in there with us? Here you guys go. I will see you guys later, though. So I'll see you guys tomorrow back at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you do want some more of me today, those of you guys that have been with me all day long, kind of going through some stuff, I know you guys might be tired of me, but I did post a video a little bit earlier, going over everything you guys need to know again. So if you missed something, that'll help you out as well. So guys, I will see you a little bit later. Hit that like on the way out. Late Night Fix is back. Peace.